want to do this. I really don't want to. I really don't want to talk about this because it's embarrassing on my part. There's 5 geese flying in a straight line. I feel scared. I don't want to talk about it. 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 I keep getting told that I'm supposed to talk about it because I'm supposed to learn how to humble myself, to ask for help. Oh, I fucking hate that. I'm gonna get so fucking pissed. Now I'm getting mad. Oh, sensory wise, no. And I don't have the good hoodie on. Dang it. I'm embarrassed. Sorry, I'm trying to, I have to like regulate for a second. I need a break. Never gonna get one. I was just gonna say I'm gonna have a meltdown. What? I'm gonna? Bitch, I think you are. It's like, that's how bad I don't allow myself to like have a hard time. Like, it's not like, as if for me it's like not okay to like let it out. I don't know. Which I know it's funny because people watching this who don't like me and who think that I in drama and share, you know, wah shit, they're probably like, you know what, I don't do that anymore actually, so I don't think anyone thinks that. And if you do, grow up, because that was so 3 years ago. Oh boy. I really don't want to talk about this. It's weird because it's like I want to, because I want to find support in it, but when I go to try to talk about it, it's like, you know, like, okay, so we have a golden retriever who is the biggest pussy ass fucking bitch about trying to get him into any sort of confined area. Like, if I try to like put him in the truck, try and get him in the bed of the truck, if we try and put him if we go to like let's say we're trying to do something and we can't have him running around, and we'll like put him in the bathroom for a second, like he will like dig in so bad and go completely limp and like dig in his feet, and he's big and we can't get him in anywhere, like even something that's good for him, and it's like, you want to go in the car with us, why won't you just get your fucking ass in the car? Anyways, he's like that, and I'm getting like, that's how it is, like really bad when I go to try to talk about this. It's really just because of how humiliating it is. Because I'm aware of all of the long list of the nasty comments that I could and will and validly will receive. Like, we'll get, like, I'm aware of, like, you know what I mean? And so it's like I'm already anticipating all of that before I am even allowing myself to try and find help. I'm going through a divorce. My ex-husband, soon to be ex-husband, is currently in prison. He gets released in like less than a month. We have a protection order on me and all 5 of my kids. There's no digital communication, no anything. I don't want to fucking talk about it. It's embarrassing. But I don't have anybody. I know that I'm not gonna be able to solve the problem myself, and that I need outsiders, like, opinions or support, or but like not the mean ones, you know what I mean? Like, there's a whole lot of stuff that goes into the abuse that happened when we were together, but I don't want to get into that. I think it's pretty obvious. I'm scared of it. I don't want to get into that. You either know or you don't, and if you don't, I don't know. But just moving from the stuff that's about the divorce and the court proceedings, after I had moved out and already had filed for the divorce and stuff, he didn't respond within the first 21 days, like the 21 days that you're supposed to. So on that next day, the next business day, I went in and I filed default. The day after I filed for default, he submitted his response, which was late. The judge denied my default because he had submitted his paperwork. Even though it was late, it was because it was in. Okay, so there's that. A few weeks later, he is arrested, which is no surprise because he likes to go to prison. And that was about in April, and so he had to top out his sentence because he gets a lot of parole violations and has been in and out a lot the last few years. But this was the longest they could keep him, was until January of this next January, and so that's when he's released and he tops out of his fucking shit from 20 years ago. I got myself into an entanglement with one of his childhood friends. I don't want to get into that because I was a dumbass. I walked myself into it on purpose to be petty. And then it turned into something else. And then I am autistic stupid. And I started sending this dude money. And then I started getting premonitions and a lot of anxiety. That sounded like my mailman's car. I started getting premonitions and a lot of anxiety about, like, what if I'm sending him, the friend, this money? Because, like, we were, like, now I see it for what it is, that it was a whole ruse. It was for this purpose. At the time, I was worried about it, but I had, been told by God, I know how stupid this sounds, but I had been told to just trust and to continue doing whatever I was doing, and being giving. So sounds so dumb. Even though I was concerned that this friend was just like holding on to the money or saving half of it or whatever and was gonna give it to him, and then I was having these visions of that when I'm so mad at myself because I knew the whole fucking time. And I still did it, and I don't know why. Anyways, it was really hard for me to cut off boundaries with the friend about, hey, you can't be asking me for money anymore. Like, I can't be doing that. Like, I'm a single mom of 5 kids. Like, but it was a codependent, it was a really interesting I don't know. I have a feeling that being autistic has something to do with it. And I feel like that's just mean. Like, they, like, took advantage. Like, I'm trying not to be victim because I understand where my choices, and I'm so upset with myself, and, like, I understand where I'm, like, I'm not a victim in it. But at the same time, like, they knew what they were doing, and I think it's fucked up. But anyways, they were able to get a lot of money out of me, like over $30,000. My entire, like, savings and padding and cushion. And I knew, I kept getting these visions and these thoughts of that money was what they were setting aside for him for when he got out of prison, and that then he would use that, like, for the attorney and for all of that. And anyways, it has panned out that way. And today I got served like paperwork. It was the e-file thing, and it was about that his attorney got approved. They got some sort of a sanction approved where I can't call witnesses or submit documents for trial, and that I have to pay his attorney fees. And they're saying, I don't really understand it. There was a hearing. They did, like, an appearance at the court today, but I got a paperwork for it a few weeks ago, but it wasn't a summons for me to appear. It was like a notice, like, to just tell. I don't know if I'm misunderstanding what the fuck is going on. I don't know, but long story short, because of the dumbass decision, I walked myself into a poor financial situation because I was in a bad spot and I needed a friend, and I was basically paying this dude to fucking pretend to be my friend, and I don't know why I would do that. I wasn't wanting to, I was stressed and scared about it, and I kept getting told, like God was just like, it's not up to you, like, if you have a giving heart, you have a giving heart, and what they do with that is I will handle it, is basically what God was saying, you know, and I just trusted that, and I'm aware of how dumb that sounds. But anyways, I can't afford my own attorney. Now, in the last few weeks, it's like they're coming at me, like they're trying to like bully, it's his attorney is like trying to bully me and scare me, and they were like trying to email me and getting information, and like, but like I knew like it was the way I need help. I don't know what to do because I can't afford, and they're just like trying to bully, they're trying to paint me in a way that it's not, and they're trying to bully me, and I'm aware of what's happening, but I don't know how to like get out of it, and I know that the only thing I have to do is like I need to find somebody that can help me, but I don't know what to do because I can't afford an attorney, and I'm embarrassed because I know that it's like embarrassing that obviously like this entire thing is just me, that's so fucking embarrassing, and I'm not even doing it, it's not from a like poor me, I don't know what to do because I'm aware that I walked my fucking dumbass fucking idiot self into this, but now I'm like I know what to do now, like I'm turned around at the wall, I'm in the corner and I'm looking around and I'm like I'm back into the fucking corner and I don't know what to do, and I don't think I deserve it because it was like I know I was dumb, but I also like I've just had to overcome a lot of lessons on like boundaries and overcoming like codependency and being strong and like choosing myself and being okay with not having anybody, and that has been really hard for me, but I've done it and I'm here and I'm at least proud of that. But like they were trying to say that I didn't comply with some sort of something, that I didn't submit. But it would have been something that was like it was like the standard mandatory something disclosure something. But then when I look on the thing, he didn't submit his in either. And he also is the one that submitted his thing late in the first place. Like, I'm like, it's all like, they're trying to just like scare me. Like, I feel like they're trying to just do all these tactics, submit all this stuff so that I'm overwhelmed and scared. And I feel it's just to bully me. Because he knows he doesn't have anything. Because if I were to have an attorney and like had all of that shit and like there's no fucking question. I'm not concerned about, like, on a basic level. I think that's why I'm so upset, is like on a basic level, like he has nothing on me. There's nothing that he can do. He's the one that has dug his own grave and gotten himself into stuff, and that I know that he's having his attorney do this to scare me because he's the one that is scared and he knows he doesn't have a chance. But it's dirty and it's gross that this other attorney is doing that. It's gross and I have the ick from it, and it's stressful because it's like I can see what they're doing on the legal end to paint it as this thing that it's not. When the judge that is on the protection order is the same judge on the divorce. And so I'm also kind of like the last time we had our appearance thing in September, she was kind of a bitch to him because she was because he was like bitching about needing the date to go out, to be pushed back because he wasn't going to be out of prison in time. And she was like kind of a bitch about it and was like, well, this is the date that we're picking. And now I'm seeing that that's what it is, that he didn't get an attorney until after that. And now it's like the attorney is trying to do all of this because when it comes down to it, they're just trying to like confuzzle and create stress and chaos and make it feel intimidating and like all of this and that, so that I'll fold because there is only a month left, and when he gets out, he's going to be struggling to survive because he fucked himself over with the business, and that's going to be a whole thing. And because he's trying to, and that's a whole other thing, was that in the paperwork for the divorce, he's trying to like pull a quick one and like put the business in there. Okay, I get it. Maybe I just talked myself through that. Maybe I don't need to, I was going to say I don't need to post it, and God was like, no, bitch, you still need to post it. Okay, but I did talk myself through, and now I'm seeing what his strategy is and where it comes from. And that I think the fear and the stress that I was feeling just now, I felt just horribly, just, it's really comes from him. It's really his deflection and projection and pride, and what he's not understanding are from his choices. And God is like, okay, God, in my head, there's dark humor here, but God is like, see, you might be a dumb autistic bitch, but at least when you talked about it, you understood that you walked yourself, you know, you had the discernment and the accountability for your actions. And then God is kind of saying, like, gently, but not, you know, like, he's kind of like, dipshit over here. He's doing all of this to keep it all outside of him so that he doesn't have to see how his actions caused this. And he's projecting all of that chaos and stress onto you, and you're feeling that fear. But it's his fear that he won't allow himself to feel, because then he would also have to force himself to see how his own actions caused it. And he's not willing to do that. And then God, and then it's also like God is saying, like, I understand this is stressful. The fact that you're able to sit here and go through this and talk through it and still have discernment to understand your choices, but also know it's not okay what's happening to you. That is why you'll be okay. So it's like okay. I've really learned the last few weeks, I think, how to tap in, to understand, how to walk myself logically through God's faith. Like I've tapped into this channel where it allows me to logically walk myself through why I would have blind faith. Because those are two parts of me that can conflict with each other, of my intellect and my intuition. And I feel like in the last few weeks I've had a major breakthrough where it's like I'm able to speak directly to the source, or the source is able to directly speak to me to show me how it does make logical sense, using what I know about, you know, psychology, emotional regulation, projection, spiritual warfare. It does make sense how I can intellectually walk myself through something that I can't cognitively see or view in the 3D. Okay. And then this is awkward because I'm not trying to be no fucking visionary, because honestly this fucking sucks and I hate every second of it, but to do my due diligence by God, I'm supposed to say that something no, I'm not saying that. It's embarrassing. I don't want to say that. It's just about leading by an example, and that I have to kind of, honestly, I'm okay with posting stuff. I'm okay with being vulnerable and posting myself ugly crying and shit like that. Like, none of that bothers me, because to me, it just is. I would post that the same as I would post something that's happy, because it just is me. Like, it is. But I get a lot of, you know, like, there's a lot of projection from people in comments of like, why are you crying? Why are you recording yourself crying? Or this is drama, or this is cringe, or this is, you're just trying to be a pick-me, or you just want attention, all that stuff. And that's what makes me feel like I have to, like, verbally explain why I'm doing it. And I guess if you're still sitting here after 20 minutes, you either will get it or you don't. And if you're still sitting here after 20 minutes and you want to choose to not get it, look in a fucking mirror. You obviously get it. You just have the pride to think it can't touch you to get it. And it is, obviously, because you're here, honey. Anyways. Yeah, so I guess that was my rawness. I still do really need some insight. Any insight and words of encouragement would be great. I live in Idaho, if that helps. I am stressed. And I want to fall apart again, just thinking about it. But I know I'll be okay. I know I'll be okay because of this last 20 minutes. Then I'll be able to watch it back and watch my process and watch how much I've grown over the last few years. Watch how this is something that would have made me go to the psych ward 4 or 5 years ago. And that I'm a strong fucking bitch. That there's a reason I have to voice myself, share and express and be vulnerable. There's a reason that I am articulate and able to do so. I need to share it. And that sometimes I think that's the purpose in some of my pain as well. And to make sure that it doesn't go in vain. It helps me to share my experiences even when they're unpretty, because if someone else feels safe by it or comforted by it or not as alone as I feel when I'm in it, then that's what helps, and it gives it a purpose to, like, I'm not just going through it just because I have to hurt, because I'm not supposed to hurt and life isn't supposed to hurt, and we're getting there. Wow, my heart hurts and I am scared. I just want to look at some cards really quick before I go. These flew out. Ace of Pentacles and Nine of Pentacles. Value. Like, valuing? I don't want to talk about it. Eight of Pentacles. Why? Reaping what you sow. The Star. The Nine of Wands. Page of Cups. Yes, just being reaffirmed that this is what I'm supposed to share and be vulnerable about. Two of Swords fell out. Two of Swords fell out. And then the Ace of Pentacles fell out again. And then I hear that something, the support will pave the new path, or the camaraderie or the community will help you pave the path. And I really hope so, because this is embarrassing. Three of Wands. Oh, well, a bunch just fell out. Death and Three of Swords. That's amazing. It's like the release, the death of that burden, of that, all of the shit I just fucking cried about. It's like a release of that burden. Like, you don't have to, it's like, wow. It was like I was hearing Jesus, like, saying, like, you gave me your burden. Like, what cards fell? Oh, okay. Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles. There's more down here. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What the fuck? Whoa. King of Swords and the Hierophant. And that's all of them. My head's I have a headache. And I need to catch my fucking breath. Seven of Pentacles, keeping get the gears turning, the wheels are turning, using your assets, using your resources that you have available, which is your voice and your discernment, and your empathy and your compassion, and your understanding and your intuition. Ten of Swords. I mean, if you know anything about tarot. And then this one again. And the first time I had this one, I was getting Earth Angel. But I didn't want to say it because that feels embarrassing. Anyways, I'm gonna go.